Well, I was in the UK recently getting some stories ready for this weekend's royal wedding, and I had a chance to sit down with Piers Morgan at a local pub. He was at the helm of one of the biggest newspapers in the UK during the height of Princess Diana's popularity, and he had a personal relationship and friendship with her. In the third part of my exclusive interview with Morgan, he gives his take on how Meghan will walk that fine line between monarchy and superstar.
I used to run two big tabloid papers in this country for 10 years. And when I was at the Daily Mirror in particular, I had a very good relationship with Princess Diana. And I used to go to lunch at Kensington Palace. We used to speak on the phone about stories and stuff. And we got on pretty well. But those boys never forgave anybody to do with the British media for what happened to their mother. And rightly or wrongly, they always thought that the paparazzi chasing and stuff was endemic of the press intrusion into her life. And to a certain degree, they have a point. There's no doubt Diana was the most hunted celebrity in the world. There's also no doubt from my workings with her that she could manipulate the press when it suited her, and she loved the press half the time. So it was a complicated setup, but you know, Diana was the biggest royal star there's ever been and will ever be.
In the age of social media, and we talk to you, the foremost, particularly in British press, has that taken the edge off of that pressure that once was simply the realm of newspapers, paparazzi photographers? Is that shifting the power perhaps more in the royal family's favor to control the messaging and take that hunt off of what used to be that coveted photo, that capturing a candid moment?
Well, you saw with Harry very early on came out with a very strong statement, back off my lady. And it was a real message to the media, do not treat her the way you treated my mother. And I understood that, I got that, and I think he's got a point. They also have to understand that the entire world is interested in this relationship. The royals remain the #1 box office stars, bigger than any celebrities. You know, the Queen is bigger than any actor, any singer, anything else. So you're entering a very crazy world. And they've got to accept there's a bit of give and take. What I like about Meghan so far is she seems very relaxed in public places when she's out meeting the British public. She's even learning how to speak proper English, which is great. You know, because
it's a scone, not just scone.
You Canadians and Americans, I mean, you struggle with the language we gave you. And I like the fact that she is actually learning proper English. We call it the Queen's English.
Yes.
It wouldn't surprise me soon if you interview Meghan next year, it'll be like, good evening, my name is Meghan Markle. So I think that I'm encouraged by her. I think she's a great catch for Harry. And he's obviously a good catch for her, but he is a pretty wild boy. And the question really, I would say, is has he been truly tamed or not? That's the question that nobody knows the answer to yet.
Piers, this has been lovely having tea with you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Lovely to see you. Send my love to everyone in Canada. Lovely place.
Will do. Will do.
Sending his love to Canada. Here's a great story that Piers shared about the monarchy's relationship with the media. Princess Diana was a friend of his. She would call him to give him a scoop. For example, on a particular date when something big was happening with Charles and Camilla, she'd call and say, you want to send a camera to this place because I will be giving you something. Wow. So then he would send a camera. Yes, Diana would deliver. She'd be on a yacht somewhere with her boyfriend in a great bikini.
Wow.
But then she would go on to the press the next day and lambast the papers and saying, how dare they invade my privacy that way.
So it was like a playing up of a situation.
The duplicity of being able to use the media in her favor when she needed them and push them out when she didn't. This is the very difficult relationship that the royals have with the media.
Fascinating.
Yes.
It's almost like actors are a good sort of training ground to be in this kind of position because he talks about Meghan Markle being very relaxed in front of the press and the cameras and the public.
Yes.
But she's had a lot of practice doing those red carpets and this type of life.
Yeah.
I mean, this is accelerated, obviously,
Right.
but it's good. It's good sort of training ground. If you could pick a profession, it would be that one, right?
It's true. It's
You're
true.
right.
I've got the entire interview. We've had 3-part interview with Piers, but we're going to put the entire thing online, yourmorning.ca. Now, on tomorrow's show, I'm going to show you Meghan's new home at Kensington Palace and all the places down the road where she has been spotted out and about. So that is Meghan's London tomorrow. Also tomorrow, Anne-Marie, she'll be with us live, checking in from Windsor Castle.
There it is.
There it is.
You had that British accent ready.
Of course, the special that she'll be a part of and happening live here on CTV Saturday, 4 a.m. Eastern, the royal wedding.